Hello, one and all. It's your boy, Alternative Voice. Today, I'm going to talk about insurgents and why they win. You know, since World War II, numerous insurgencies have succeeded against far more powerful adversaries, such as the Algerians and Vietnamese against the French, the Afghans and the Vietnamese against the United States, the Afghans against the Soviet Union, and the Chechens against the Russians. There have been, what we've seen here is that there, all across the globe, insurgencies have worked. And they have been successful against much larger powers throughout history, not just post-World War II. It's very hard to find a successful post-World War II counterinsurgency. I mean, there are a few exceptions, such as the Russians in the Second Chechen War. The First Chechen War did not go over well for them at all. At all. The British in Malaya, the Colombians against FARC, and maybe, just maybe, the U.S. in Iraq, although that was really way more of a Pyrrhic victory. Iran got way more powerful and the U.S. did all the work for them. In any case, sorry, let's talk about why insurgencies win. The first principle number one, you don't have to win if you're an insurgent. You win by not losing. However, if you are doing counterinsurgency, you lose by not winning. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. An insurgency worked against Israel in South Lebanon. Hezbollah fought them for 15 years and won. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about why they win. First off, as I said before, they just have to keep fighting. If they don't lose, they win. And if you don't even have to win a single battle. The Afghans never defeated the U.S. or the Soviet Union in any major battle. But they won. The Vietnamese never defeated the U.S. military in a single battle. They tried real hard in the Tet Offensive to recreate Dien Bien Phu, and every attempt they made failed miserably. But they won in the end. Now, there are a few noteworthy exceptions to this, such as, again, I'll mention Dien Bien Phu against the French, and Grozny against the Russian Federation. However, such victories are far and few between, where insurgencies beat a professional military in a conventional battle, but they often can beat them, but they beat them left and right in a unconventional war. Remember, as Sun Tzu said, strategy without tactics is the slowest way to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. And that brings us to our next thing. 2. Throughout history, there has been only one real effective way in beating an insurgency that has worked consistently. And that, my friends, is genocide. The Romans did it, a whole bunch of other civilizations did it, like the Mongols, the Europeans in Africa, the Muslims in Africa and elsewhere. I mean, they inflicted a lot of genocides. And, and thus far, and last but not least, the Americans in their drive westward against the Indians. And so far, in today's world, pretty much nobody will commit a genocide. The world has changed, and that's just not a good thing to have on your record. Back in the day, it was a damn good thing. Because, I mean, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Genghis Khan, Tamerlane, uh, you know, all these guys. Wu Shan Yu, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, I mentioned those two already, but none of these men balked or flinched at genocide. It was just SOP, standing operating procedure, to subdue rebellious peoples. And however, that is obviously no longer an acceptable method for obvious reasons. You'll become a pariah in the world very quickly, and thus it will be a Pyrrhic victory. Because you can't really launch genocides and maintain good guy status. That just doesn't work. Third, money. You know, look at all these tanks, attack helicopters, aircraft, artillery, etc. They're all really expensive and really nice. But I ask, how many IEDs could you get for that? How many suicided vests could you get for the money that you spent on a tank or a cutting-edge aircraft? How many AK-47s or small arms could you get? How many sniper rifles? And the list just goes on. Because counterinsurgency is not financially sustainable. An insurgency is. Because, you know, it just becomes too costly financially. The insurgents lose way more men, but the counterinsurgents lose way more money. And interestingly enough, financial loss seems to be more damaging, concerning to people than what any price paid in blood. It's sad but true. It's just a sad part of our psyche. Also, another issue that needs to be addressed is that, you know, continuity. These days, professional militaries have introduced the concept of tours, meaning you stay for a certain period of time, then you go home. You might come back, you might not. You might, you know, stay in the military and come back, or you might leave and go on with your life. However, the insurgency will stay there. The insurgent is always there. He lives there. That's his home, because he'll just, you know, go about his business every day, doing whatever job he does, seeing his family, and maybe he'll bury an IED and send it your way, or take a shot at you every once in a while with his Dragunov. But he will resume his life as usual other than that. And he will be there. And it costs pretty much almost nothing. He pretty much takes care of himself. He doesn't get paid. He doesn't get medical benefits. He doesn't get any of that. But he is there for the long haul. As Napoleon said, time is the grand element in warfare. And that brings us to our next point. Professional militaries are designed to attack certain targets like industry, bases, you know, that sort of thing, outposts, training camps. In an insurgency, those command and control, those places don't exist. They're often fighting not a federation, but a confederation of insurgents, which may or may not hate each other as much as they hate the counterinsurgents. And like take the Taliban and ISIS-K. They both hate America, but they hate each other also. And, you know, it's just, I'm trying to educate people on why insurgents win. And the thing is just there is no centralized force for them to destroy. I mean, it's like, you see, they keep saying if you want to get rid of ants, wasps, hornets, bees, pretty much any undesirable insect or whatever, you have to take out the nest. But the problem is, there is no nest. And they just come in individually, a lot like, cockroaches or bed bugs. And you just can't get rid of them because they don't really have a nest. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all.